Hey, welcome to this episode of Think Business. Looking forward to talking to Daniel Hindi. Daniel, it's great to connect with you. You're the CEO, founder of Nome, Noem AI, which everybody can see right behind you in that license plate, which is great. Creating human-like AI chatbot agents. I want to dive right in because I think this is something that people either love, most don't understand, most are scared of it when they see it on a website. They want to just instinctively talk to a human. They don't realize how populated the chatbots really are. I've talked to people about a lot of studies that once people can get over that, they actually like talking to the chatbot because it gives them information faster and quicker. I can speak to one thing real quickly. In the last probably 3 days, I've had issues with my computer. I have a new MacBook Pro. I just got a new one, and 10 issues which I would have had to call AppleCare and been on the phone for an hour or two. ChatGPT gave me the step-by-step examples of how to do it, and it took me, instead of, let's say, 10 issues, 10 hours, 10 issues, maybe 2 minutes, maybe. And so I love what you're doing, but I want to bring clarity and security to people who aren't feeling comfortable with it. So let's start there, right? So if somebody goes to a website and they see a chatbot and it says, ask me anything, take me from that point.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Most people initially have an issue with dealing with AI chatbots, not because they have an issue dealing with AI chatbots or a chat, it's just because they're expecting poor quality.
Correct.
At the end of the day, people don't mind talking to a system that responds instantly. It's just most of the time they haven't had that experience, and that's where Nome AI comes in. What we've built is an agentic AI gearing specifically towards SDR and CS mechanisms. So SDRs, you spend all this money on marketing to get people to your website, or they give you a phone call, SMS you, WhatsApp you. They communicate with your business, and now I need somebody to convert them. Well, small businesses, that could be you jumping on a call as the owner of the business trying to convert them, or I may have a lead SDR person who's trying to convert these leads over to paid customers. And on the other side, once I've spent all this money to actually get this customer, now I'm dealing with retaining them. So that's the support and customer success side of things. So what we've done is we've built agentic AI, and that could live on your website as a little fab button chatbot that actually knows your business, knows your brand, knows what its goals are, what the tone is, how to maintain itself, basically replicating your best agents so that you can convert at a higher rate and actually look at retaining your customers and eliminating about 80% of the noise tickets that your team is dealing with.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about retention. I think that's a word that resonates with a lot of people on a deep level. Retaining the people that come to your site as far as staying on longer, retaining prospects, right? Keeping them, getting their attention faster so we can increase conversion. So I have two questions. One, retention, think community, what's a client worth? What's the lifetime value of a client worth? And so what is the current kind of investment needed for that? And also, how many questions in does it take to increase conversions of the person interacting?
That's a very good question. Now, on average, it takes about 7 interactions on our AI to be able to do that. And that's a request, response, total of 7.
7 back and forth in one sitting, Daniel?
In one sitting.
Okay.
Now, depending on the product, we generally look at it where we're not trying to eliminate humans. We're trying to increase the impact of the humans and reduce the barrier to entry for businesses still growing, right? So when you're talking about conversions, you need an SDR. You need somebody to actually jump on a phone call and talk to this lead. Well, sometimes the leads aren't ready to talk to somebody. So you're in this nurture process. Right. You say, okay, can you give me your email and I'll drip some email to you, and God knows if they're actually going to open it up. And if they open it up, do they actually read what's in the email or not? And you're always trying to fine tune and guess what they want. With our LLMs, basically when you have this chatbot, the chatbot knows its goal. My goal is to sell. My goal is to support. My goal is to just get them to book a call with an AE, right? So it understands what its goal is, and it understands the branding, and it says, okay, lead that's coming in, what are you looking for? What are your concerns? What are the things, like, are you comparing me against my competitors? Let me address this for you. And what we find is, since we don't lie and we don't try to act like a human, we tell you this is an AI, they're actually more open.
Yeah.
They're more open. Listen, let me cut to the chase. This is the issue that I have. So what you would have to sort of like pull slowly and gently from the lead, tell me, hey, what is your concern? Let me help address the concern. With chatbots, they'll actually be straightforward with it. Say, hey, this is I'm comparing you against this other competitor. Why are you better? Okay, well, I wish you were that forward with a human. They would answer your question more directly. And so you see the chatbots actually answer in a way that is customer led, but steered through the AI to say, I know where I'm taking you. I want to take you here to the promised land. Promised land is booking a call with the AI. Okay, what is stopping you from doing that? I need to know, hey, your pricing here is not clear. This is my type of business. Can you ballpark me? And we can say, yes, I can give you a ballpark or not. Or it could also qualify leads. There's a lot of wasted time with my high-paying AE to say, why do we have SDRs? So sales development reps, when people come in, says, hey, are they in the region that we sell to? Do they have a budget? Are they really willing to move forward in the next 30 days? If so, okay, qualify them, now move them on to an AE. That's really the job of the SDRs. Don't waste the closer's time, right?
So I just want to, I don't know why I'm echoing like that. So I want to echo something in the sense of, in sales, the goal of the first call is always to get a meeting, whether that's now in today's world, a face-to-face meeting, a Teams meeting, a Zoom meeting, whatever that is. So what you're saying is this just increases the probability of getting a meeting and maybe getting a more qualified meeting.
Correct. So it could either qualify the lead. So let's say you're a SaaS company, right?
Yeah.
You're selling SaaS, and we have two tiers. We have the self-provisioned group of tiers. That's, small, medium, large, silver, gold, platinum, whatever that is. And then we have our enterprise. Our enterprise is going to be $500 plus. You want to talk to someone. So qualify the lead. Okay, what is the region that they're coming in on? What are they classified A, MQL, B, C? And if they're B or C, just send them to self-provisioning. Try to convert the lead and have them just self-provision in. If they're an A lead, this person needs some custom pricing. Send them over to an AE. So it could qualify. It could help convert. It could actually help convert to a sell depending on your product. If your product is something that can be self-provisioned, just go ahead, put in your credit card and sign up. It could help with that as well. So you could train it without any code to qualify leads, convert leads, support existing customers. You have two types of support. You have users who aren't paid customers yet, right? Who are just visiting your website or giving you a phone call and just calling in and asking standard questions or sending you a text message. And then you have existing customers. These are paid customers and they need support, and they're calling 2 a.m. because they're in some time zone that we're off hours, right? Or Friday at 5 p.m. You're telling me your support team Friday at 5 p.m. is the same as Monday 10 a.m. Probably not.
Yeah.
Right. They want to go home, right? And your business may not be able to support a 24/7 type support system.
Right.
It's just too costly.
But now it can.
The other side of it is why we focus on SDRs and CS more than others is this. I've built businesses in the past. They've always been the biggest struggle to keep really high-end talent. Why? Every SDR that's great says, I don't want to be an SDR for long. I want to be an AE. That's where the commissions are at, right? So you finally get this SDR to be stellar, right? And the next meeting with them says, okay, I want to be an AE. I think I'm ready to become an AE. I just spent all this time training you and you're doing so well. Yes, you could be a good AE, but now I have to get this new junior to train him on how to be an SDR. Same thing with CS reps, right? CS reps, you have your main guy or gal that has so much cardinal knowledge from the business. They understand the business, the brand. What is it that we do? Why we do it? And then, I want to move up to management. I got hired somewhere else, and human resources. This happens. They get promoted, but they leave a vacancy behind them that isn't filled well by somebody else from the team. They get offered a position somewhere else. They leave, and now you're back to hiring, onboarding, and every business owner knows. Unfortunately, you get more duds than you success.
Yeah.
Right. And that's very painful and costly for the company. So if I said, okay, let me grab my best reps, my best SDR, my best CS rep, clone them into an AI. Now, 24/7 in any language you want, never take a vacation, never take a coffee break, they're there. So what does that do to my existing team? Do I just fire all my existing team? No. What we've been doing lately with our team is, this is not lately, this is the past 10, 20 years. We've been so busy in the shallows of tasks, right? Where there's no deep thinking. There's just an email reply, respond back. I have a lead I have to follow up with, and you're just chasing checklists, one after the other. Well, if AI can take that from you, now what's left for you? What's left for me is understanding why I'm doing what I'm doing, who's it for, and how do I measure the impact? At the end of the day, what is my impact? What is my KPI that I'm focusing on? And as every business owner goes back to your team, hey team, focus on what matters. Always measure what matters. This sweat on brow is not what we're selling.
Yeah.
Right. What is it that we're doing? Is it your is it increasing MRR? Is it your NRR? Is it churn rate? What is it that we're focusing on? Who we're talking to? Why we're talking to? Why does this matter? And how do we measure that success? So that deep thought is what's been robbed from people's satisfaction in their job. They actually enjoy that. It brings them meaning. This is an example I always use with my employees. Take the most menial job ever. Right? Moving boxes into a truck. You're in a warehouse, you're taking a box and you're throwing it into a truck every single day. And I ask you, listen, you have 100 boxes to move into that truck every single day, and here's your paycheck. It's the most boring, menial job you can think of. And if I told you in those boxes are meals feeding the hungry, and that one day where you slacked off and there was a box that you didn't say, it was 99 boxes, not 100, there was a family that didn't eat that night. Very different game.
Yeah.
You brought meaning to my job. I'm just moving boxes. No, I'm feeding hungry families. You see, just moving boxes with meaning and without meaning, how different that is, the level of satisfaction I have in my job.
Yeah.
The other thing is that you're a business owner. You jump onto your next meeting. People think you've been doing absolutely nothing until you come into this meeting. No, I just left this meeting that's drained me. I am tired, and I may show up not fully present, a little bit, short. This happens to our team. You think this doesn't happen to our SDRs and our AEs and our CS team? Of course it does. Well, if I eliminated all the noise, I eliminated all the emotional roller coaster, like CS. How are things going, team? Great. Really? Who calls CS? People with problems, right? That's why they call CS. So everything's going great. So either you're not telling me something, or you give me, that Karen that called the other day who's threatening to sue us, she's back again. Well, that's the squeakiest wheel. Well, that's important, and I should know about that as a business owner. That shouldn't be the focus of representation of how the department is going. And what we do on the back end is we take all these interactions from the chatbots, right? Whether that's SMS, voice, WhatsApp, social media, web chats. We take that and we run it through a sentiment analysis. This is all part of Nome AI. Right. And we give the executive, that could be the CEO, the director, the VP, whoever's in charge of this department, we give them an actionable report that says, here's your 30, 60, 90-day plan, why people are leaving, why people are staying, what are you doing well, what are you not doing well. Here's some reviews online that you haven't paid attention to. Here's on G2 Crowd, on Trustpilot, what people are saying about you in the past week. You haven't checked that. And here's what your customers are saying that's between the lines. And sometimes when you're dwelling in the shallows and not deep thought and actually present with the customer, you miss what is not being said, what is being hinted at, right? And I got to be honest. There is something about screen time with this new generation that is robbing them from the ability to read between the lines. I'm old enough we all know the phrase of, hey man, my mom or my dad, just when they looked at me, they didn't have to say anything. I knew exactly if I was in trouble or not.
Right.
I've actually conducted, this is in my previous company, I've conducted an interview with a CS rep that was, from the latest generation. I said, tell me, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Tell me what the customer is saying. You jump on a call and you're talking to a customer and it's a Zoom call. And the customer says, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Is the customer happy? You said it was fine 5 times. Yeah. What part of his tone did you not listen to? What part of the hand in your face did you not understand? So we are robbing our new generation from understanding, there's not an emoji, a sad face, or a smiley face next to it, from understanding what is it the customer is saying. So understanding the sentiment analysis properly and surfacing that up to somebody who can make decisions really helps convert these chats into actual results. So we see conversion rates jump by 34%. We see eliminating tickets and noise tickets on our CS team by 80%. Actually, we're seeing 90 plus, but we say publicly 80%.
It's great. That is some deep insight as far as people paying attention. I mean, the attention span of people today is less than a goldfish, less than 7 seconds. Even in television, they're doing something called second screen viewing, which is they know when they review TV shows, and I don't know about movies, but I would assume the same, that people are scrolling and shopping while they're watching. So everything is being watered down a little bit because attention spans are off. And so to your point, it's I think you bring up a lot of really great points of why a chatbot can really help a business. I think it's great. All right, quick speed round. A book that's had a big impact on you.
It's a classic, and it's one of my favorites, but Never Split the Difference.
Yeah, it's great. Chris Voss is great. He's great. Yeah. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received.
Be careful who you take advice from.
Yeah, right. And always listen to your gut. That's, I think, really important. Finish this sentence.
Especially early in your career.
Yeah. Finish this sentence. One thing everybody can do to get more comfortable using chatbots is?
Dive in.
Tell everybody who your ideal clients are and where they can connect with you, Daniel.
Medium to large size businesses, they can connect to us at Nome AI. You could set up your chatbot in minutes. Just put in your website, and our AI will scour the internet, build a chatbot for you. Then all you have to do is fine tune it with just plain English. You don't need to code anything. It's very simple. You can be up and running in 30 minutes.
Wow, it's amazing. That's amazing. Think community, really important to think about that. A couple things I want to highlight that Daniel said. This isn't getting rid of humans. It's actually enhancing the human conversation by giving people information that they need in today's world that people want. There is an element of some, I think early adopters right now are grabbing onto this and benefiting, saving time, getting less stress. Just try it for 30 seconds when next time you go to a site, and I think you'll get into the flow of seeing it, that it can answer a lot of your questions and see how it can help with your business. Daniel, you shared some stats that I think were really eye-opening for people to realize why they need to start looking into this. It's cost-effective, and if you want to check it out, go to Nome.ai. Daniel, this was great. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And I'm a big fan that we can't be scared of AI. Yes, it's changing the world. We can't be scared. We got to jump in. So I appreciate your insights. Think community, Nome.ai. And if you want to connect with me, johndwaskin.com. Thanks, everybody. Daniel, thanks so much.
Thank you.